friends, how are you doing? I'm so glad that some of you saw my video yesterday. I'm so happy to hear that. I really miss you all very much, so please, if you have any artwork, pictures you want to share with me, I would really love to see all that. I hope we're doing okay out there. Please let me know if you need anything again. If you need me to send something over on Amazon, I would be happy to do that, if I could find it on Amazon myself. But anything, paper, crayons, pens, markers, pencils, whatever you need, please just let me know. Feel free. All right, so I had a request for some math activities. So I'm going to show you a couple more math activities just so we have more fun things to do at home. So we talked about decomposing numbers yesterday, where you take apart the number and see which partner numbers you have. We can move on from that a little bit maybe. So the next lessons we were going to start doing would be comparing teen numbers. So comparing, you want to see which one's greater than, which one's equal to, which one's less than. So a game I found actually on Pinterest. Pinterest has lots of great fun resources. So this is let me lower it down just a little bit so you can see. So I put greater than, oops, that's all backwards on my camera. This one says greater, equal to, and less than. So I underlined the beginning sound just in case you forgot what those words were. Greater, equal, less. So you'll know which cup is which. So you need a partner to do this, or you could do it by yourself, but it'd be fun to do with a partner. So you each take a number card. Oops, they're upside down. I just wrote these down on just on paper, cut them out. Easy peasy. So they're numbers 11 to 20. So they're a little bit bigger than what we practiced with before. They're a little bit greater numbers than what we practiced before. So we want to compare them. So which one's greater? 13 or 11? I forget. Things are backwards on my camera. 13 or 11? Which one's greater? So 13 is greater. So we're going to put 13 in the greater cup, and 11 is less than. So we're just going to compare numbers, see which one's greater than, which one's equal or less than. So I have my other numbers, 15, 12. Which one's greater? I'm going to put 15 in my greater and 12 in my less than. So if your student needs help counting to see which one's greater, you might want to provide some, something that they can count with, Legos or pennies, or I used Q-tips yesterday in my lesson. So those are just some ideas that you can do to help support your student learning. Another game, this one can be by yourself. So I'm going to take those same number cards and sort them. So which ones are greater than 11 and which ones are less than 11. So I have that up here. First card I picked was 16. Is 16 greater than 11 or less than 11? We're going to put up the greater than. So you can use also put dots on the card to see which one's greater. So I have 6 dots on my card. Where am I going to put that? Is that on the greater than or less than? That one's going to go on less than because 6 is less than 11. So you might need to, again, use some something to help them count it out, manipulatives or something to help them count it out. A couple math ideas for you if you would like, or if you have any questions about that. Maybe I wasn't clear when I explained it, or you just need maybe something else. Let me know what's something you want to work on. We were going to be working on comparing numbers. So that's kind of where our lessons are going to be headed this next week. All right, so sight words. Sight words are great because there's a lot of fun games that you can play with sight words, and kids need lots of exposure to them, lots of practice to them. So I wrote some sight words on a card, on just paper, and I cut them out. So super easy. In, they, oh man, I keep dropping them. No, she, her, with, are, from, and have. So I have those sight words here. So a game that you can play is Scratch Out. So I wrote my words on here I wrote them a couple different times so that we can play a couple rounds. So I'm going to turn my cards over. I'm going to pick a word, or someone's going to read it to me, and then I have to find it. So if someone read it to me, I would say, you need to find they. So then your student needs to work on your board. Where's they? They have to remember how it's spelled. So I see they is right here. I'm going to cross it off. So I found they. I crossed it off. All right, so another one. I'll show you again. Okay, this time if you want to show your student the word in, so you have to find your in. In. Where is in? There it is. So I'm going to cross out my in because I found it. All right, so that's a quick, easy game that you can play just to practice your sight words. Another activity you can do, this is something the kids love to do in class, and we all love to do it. Sight word bingo. I made a bingo card. I just wrote the words that I mentioned down on my bingo sheet. So you can use, to cover your bingo sheet, you can use pennies, you could use snacks, you can use anything you can find at home. Again, those manipulatives you're using, Legos would be great. Goldfish crackers, we use those in the classroom, but if you don't have them, don't worry about it. So what you do, you have your bingo sheet. I'm going to randomly pick a card. Oh, there's they again. So I'm going to cover up my they with an object, or I can even just cross it out. So cross out they. So you want to get a full bingo sheet, or you want to get, 3 in a row, get them across, however you want to play the game. But this is just another activity that we do in the classroom that you might find helpful at home. Again, you can do this with CVC words. So I made a CVC word bingo sheet, so you can cut out the words and pick words that they have to read themselves this time. They can't look at them and just memorize them. These are words that they have to be able to sound out. So if I picked out, I didn't make hard choice on pig, so you would have to sound out your words. Let's see, this one, pig, that's not pig. Maybe I can find a word that begins with P. Oh, this one begins with a P. Let's sound this one out. Egg. Egg. Pig. All right, so that's another activity you can do with your kids if you want. So sight words, CVC words, those are just some ideas, that just some games that you might want to play. I'll provide a link to a video today for a read aloud. So the book I looked at today was called Is That Wise Pig? And while I was reading it, these are some questions I had. What food would you put in your soup? And what things or items or food should not go in a soup? This is a good writing activity that you can write, that you can do for today. Who would you invite over to eat your soup? So in the story, there's some friends that eat some soup. So let's think about who we would want to invite over to eat our soup. So for example, this could be a sentence that you have written is, I would invite my mom to eat my soup. So I would invite my friend Luna to eat some soup. I would invite my friend Anthony to eat some soup. All right, so those are some ideas I had for while we read that book. So I introduced the letter Y yesterday. We talked about that a little bit, hopefully, or I introduced it a couple days ago. Hopefully you saw the video. This is my uppercase Y. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lowercase y. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so I drew some pictures, and I want you to think, do these words begin with Y, with yeah, yeah, yeah? All right. Year. This is the year 2020. Yeah, yeah, year. Is that the same beginning sound? It is. Year begins with a Y. All right. What about this one? I kind of gave you this one yesterday, so let's see if you pay attention. Yellow. Yeah, yeah, yellow. And yellow does begin with a Y. Yeah, yeah, yellow. All right, what about this one? Window. Window. Is the same as yeah, yeah? It is not. It begins with a W. All right, what about this one? Yard. Yeah, yeah, yard. I have my house, and this is the yard right in front. I'm pointing to the yard with my arrow. Yeah, yeah, Yard. Yard does begin with a Y. One more. Ooh, they got caught in the rain. They were wet. Wet. Is wet the same as ya? It is not. Begins with a W. Wet. All right, so that's all I have for you today. I'm so happy that I heard from some of you yesterday. Please keep sending me messages. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know any way I can help. Please, I'm more than happy to help. I miss you all very much. Have a relaxing day. Watch Netflix. Let me know what you're up to. All right, take care. Bye-bye.